$20, but when you climax,
Oh god.
Oh.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do it right now.
What? Let's do it right now. When I was getting a physical to play football, I think
I've never been fondled.
the RN, which obviously they check you for a hernia, and before she did, she's like, "Everything okay with your balls?" I was like, which I think she said because it was a 14-year-old kid, but
Well, see, here's the thing. I've always heard stories about that. Why is that so funny? It's the truth. They're checking for testicular cancer.
It's so funny.
no. She wasn't doing that. She was checking me for a hernia.
Well, they're checking you for both.
Well, probably.
'Cause
No,
they're looking for
because,
lumps, right?
No, because
They're like all.
you can't. When they check for a hernia, they just
Don't they grab it? Or?
no. Have
See,
you?
I've never
I
had it
told
done.
you. Garfield and Friends from Pickle
Oh.
Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not the
Yes.
first one.
This one.
Times a hill.
Yeah, I hate that one.
one.
There are two
There's
actual
two,
songs.
there's two of
Oh,
them.
The
well,
second
that's what
one,
he sent me a picture.
Ready,
Ready?
Ready?
two,
To
party!
We're ready.
To party.
We're ready.
Dun, dun,
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
dun, dun.
Come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield,
Garfield
and
and
Friends. Yeah, I think there's another
I love
verse.
how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There is. There's a little bit more to it. I have a list of movie titles that were almost called something else. Star Wars Episode 6 was almost called Revenge of the Jedi. We know this, right? I
Yep.
mean, we're nerds. Alex might not have known that.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's not Revenge of the Jedi.
No,
it's
no, no.
Return. I was like, bitch, you ain't no nerd.
Head cheese.
Head cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Alex?
I have no idea.
Yep.
Yeah!
Why,
Nice.
Why head cheese?
Because I remember there's in the Texas Chainsaw, the remake in 01, they go into that rest stop
Mm-hmm.
and there's a pig's head
Yep.
in the display case, and head cheese is you boil
How
a
did you
pig's
make
head.
that freaking connection, Brett?
That is a photographic memory at
Oh
work.
my god.
What is the McGangbang?
McDonald's McGangbang. Simply order a McDouble and a McChicken. The McChicken sandwich is placed directly inside the juicy McDouble, buns and all. So if a normal McDouble doesn't quite fill you up, take the chance by combining a McChicken McDouble from McDonald's secret menu.
So then do you just order the two different pieces, or do you order
You say,
a
I want the surf
McGangbang?
and turf, and they'll give you the two.
And they'll give you the two and you put it together. I'm not into the fish thing, but I think I would do the McGangbang.
Yeah.
That does not sound fun at all. You know what, honey? Let's try a McGangbang.
Are you bringing that to the table, Alex? Are we
We
having
can
this
set it on
discussion?
the table and do it right here on the podcast. Try a McGangbang on the podcast.
Wow. Wow.
So Die Hard started a
I
trend.
hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like, it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
She's a great actress, but she sucks in that movie.
She cuts open the door with the chainsaw and she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What?
if you back up with the saw, we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote by
Yeah.
you. I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give
horse?
me time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't
out. Do it.
move.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there. Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine.
Ridiculous.
You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
We're doing some friggin' Christmas trivia.
Welcome to the PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 376, and we got a special guest.
It's Cade.
It's Cade. Not like a chatting guest. Sorry,
I don't know.
folks.
I don't think I can get him to meow.
No, not unless you made him mad.
Cade.
He's a pretty patient cat. Well, good evening, folks. For those watching live, we are about 20 minutes late, but that's okay. Alex is doing a little thing for herself for the benefit of the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
honestly.
So true, right?
Yeah, true.
True words have never been
We'll
spoken.
discuss it next podcast.
Yeah, if it all comes to fruition.
We'll see.
So, it's been a couple weeks since we've been live. Sorry about that. We are going to start off with a soda taste test. Let's go. So, we're doing another Mountain Dew flavor. This time we are doing a mystery flavor. It is Voodoo. Is this it? Is this? Yeah. Voodoo Mountain Dew. Ooh, for the thumbnail. I don't even know if that'll happen, but who knows? Oh, yeah. Please like, share, and subscribe, by the way. That popped back
popped up.
Yep. So, Voodoo Mountain Dew 2024. I don't even know what this...
It doesn't even have a description. It just
no,
says
but I could probably look it up.
No, don't look it up.
Well, when we're done.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, oh, what are we supposed to be having here? Like, you know what? I bet you it's like a pineapple flavor.
Ew.
Just to be like...
Voodoo sounds grape.
Well, they change it every year. It's always something different.
Is it always called voodoo?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a mystery flavor every year now that they've done.
I hope it's not pineapple. Hope it's not mango. I
smell
hope it's
it.
not peach. I hope it's not tropical. Uh-oh, it is, isn't it?
I have no idea. That smells interesting to me.
I'm scared.
I'll give you a shot.
It smells like a fruit roll-up. Don't you think?
Yeah, I do agree.
I think it smells like when you open up a fresh fruit roll-up.
Go ahead and try it, and I'll try it after you're done. It smells, actually, it does smell really good.
It doesn't have a smack in the face taste, though. It's very, for how much it smells, you know?
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, it's almost like it goes down like water and then the taste comes afterwards.
This is not zero sugar either, so let me take a look and see what the flavor is supposed to be. It's kind of I'm getting like a, I don't know.
Cotton candy?
Oh, you know what? You might be right.
Cotton candy taste?
Mountain Dew.
Berry? Hold on. Strawberry?
I get a fresh strawberry off of it.
I've got strawberry mixed with cotton candy, like a strawberry cotton candy.
Jelly bean.
What flavor?
I don't know. This is...
There's so many fucking flavors of jelly bean. That is just what to say. Oh, it's jelly bean flavor.
Somebody says toasted marshmallow on Reddit.
What? No.
Let
Let me taste that again. There's no way.
I'm kind of getting that. It's very sweet.
Nope. That is not marshmallow anything. Nope.
I'm looking.
Makes me kind of queasy.
Maybe I should have looked this up before we started.
Huh.
It's a collaboration with a top Halloween candy brand. Okay.
Okay. What does that mean?
Okay, I'm kind of getting, now after thinking about it, maybe gummy worms? Or like sour gummy worms?
I guess. Yeah. Not even
Um,
sour, just like an aftertaste of. It tastes like something you would eat, like gelatin, like a fruit roll up, or like a gummy worm, or something
people,
like that. So something fruity mixed with something super sweet. I mean,
the
that's
official
like
Mountain
any pop,
Dew
but
Twitter account posted a photograph of some campers from Camp Mountain Dew Voodoo looking at another camper's bracelets. There are 3 bracelets, one being black and white, stating "You're next," the second being light yellow, and a third being bright pink, stating "PFC." Using information we've used in the past voodoo flavors, Voodoo 3.0, which is a similar taste, we can decipher that this is pink fruit chews. What in the heck am I even getting off this? This is the wiki from Mountain Dew.
Okay. It'll be citrus. Watch. No, it's not citrus.
It
definitely is not an orange anything flavor.
So when I heard jelly bean, I was like, okay, I get that. And then it's kind of like it could be a jelly bean flavor. But this is 2024's mystery flavor. Let me take a sip at this while you're.
I have sipped on it enough, and I have a strawberry gummy worm / some type of gelatin like 90s candy in a cup.
It doesn't taste good until the aftertaste.
Yeah, like I said, like the smell is very strong.
Oh,
but
yeah.
like you go to drink it, and it's like, is there even a taste? And the taste comes afterwards, like after you've already like downed it.
Such a weird.
Like it's not like, you know how you drink Coca-Cola and your mouth just like lights up with all the bubbles and the my mouth is getting watery thinking about it. But
you're
you know
drinking
how,
pop right now.
I know, but like you know how like when you drink like Pepsi or Coke or something like it like or even Dr. Pepper, everything like just hits your mouth and you're like, whoa. This is kind of like the smell gets you, and you take a drink, and it's like, it's just flavored water?
People have drawn it comparisons to some strawberry candy, such as gummy candy or other various types of
okay.
candy.
So, yeah, like I said. Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It is weird.
It is definitely weird. It's not bad.
I cannot say it. I don't know. I cannot say it's amazing, but I don't know.
It's not. Yeah, it's not amazing. It's not like, oh my God, we're gonna keep getting this Mountain Dew the rest of our lives.
Some
kind
people
of thing.
say Hawaiian punch.
No.
A strawberry pixie stick.
Okay, I would go with that.
Ooh,
yeah,
I'm getting that.
Yeah, I get a strawberry pixie stick.
Strawberry Laffy Taffy.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. It's like some type of
or that.
Yeah,
the strawberry hard candy.
The strawberry or hard candy, like the old.
You know what?
The
it
old people hard
is.
candy.
What if it is? Now I get it.
Wow, it really tastes like that. Now that I'm thinking about it, like seeing the picture, you guys know like the old people candy. That's what I'm talking about. So I don't know what they're called, but they look like strawberries, and they have like the wrapper looks like a strawberry, and the tip is all green, and it's like a strawberry.
Alex, you don't have to describe this. We're on YouTube, and I will.
Well, yeah, I know, but for our audio listeners, it's just like almost looks like a lozenge. Is that what you call it? But it's like a strawberry hard candy. And I believe when you chew on it, I think there's like a chewy middle of strawberry. But it's like on the outside it's hard and you just suck on it. Ew.
I don't know what I've
But I always called it like the old people candy. But it's like the old people, like when I think of old people candy, I think of like Tootsie Rolls, like the old ones, so Tootsie Rolls, butterscotch, little hard candies, and then these.
Yeah, let me pull this.
But they're like always in your candy bag when you go trick or treating. But yeah, he's gonna have it up on the screen in a second.
Yeah, these hard candies right here, these strawberry. I don't even know what they're called.
They're just called strawberry hard candies.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Maybe that's just their name. I can have a strawberry hard candy. Like that's exactly what it is.
It might be the generic of it of some kind.
Yeah.
I cannot give
That is definitely what it tastes like, though. Now that it has like that aftertaste, it tastes like we just put a bunch of those in some like carbonated water and then drink it. Yeah, carbonated water.
God, he's been like egging me on to get up here. He just wants to sit so bad with me. Freaking need to give him a break. Passing out, laying next to me, looking all like cute and stuff. Well, anyways, we gotta do an on this day.
On this day.
On this day.
Yay,
there it is. Okay. 17 years ago.
Oh no.
Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock was released on PlayStation 2, Xbox 360.
You know, it'd be nice if you said just Guitar Hero was released, but that would be like 20 years ago or 25 years ago.
Maybe
20 years ago.
22-ish, maybe. It was while we were still in high school. But this one came out 17 years ago, and let me read this here because this is actually an interesting thing here. Now, this Guitar Hero 3.
You're telling me that some of these games that we're replaying that are this old are really actually starting to make me feel old? Are you telling me that?
It is what it is because life goes on and you can't stop time.
I met I talked with an old employee today,
Go on.
Shelby. Do you know how old Shelby is now?
She's 30.
She's 30.
I remember her 21st.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She said, Alex, I'm old now. And I said, what do you mean? She said, I'm 30 this year. I said, no, you're not. You're 21. You're just a baby.
All right, so back to Guitar Hero here. Activision called Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock its largest product launch ever, selling more than 1.4 million copies, making over $100 million in its first week of release in North America. Another 1.9 million copies were sold in the following month. More than 2 million copies of the game were sold for the Wii platform alone, making it the best-selling third-party title for the platform. Game sales during the first 12 months after the game's release were over $750 million. At the 2009 CES Consumer Electronics Show, Activision CEO Mike Griffith stated that Guitar Hero 3 is the first retail game to exceed $1 billion in sales. According to accumulated data from NPD Group in 2010, Guitar Hero 3 is the second best-selling video game in the United States since 1995, following Wii Play. In March 2011, the title had become the top-selling game with $830.9 million in lifetime sales and over 8 million copies of the title. It featured a very popular bonus title, though, Through the Fire and Flames by Dragon Force, the hardest song in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and also a fun fact, it had the first Linkin Park playable DLC song, No More Sorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Rock Band didn't have that?
Rock Band, no. They didn't have Linkin Park until Rock Band 2, and that came out a year later.
Oh.
So,
interesting.
that was one step closer.
So, I have a new title for my age.
Go on.
Patrick said it, so it must be true.
What?
He says that I'm old. I'm in my mid, early, late, somewhat kind of short, for sure 30s.
I think you're just trying to make up extra adjectives to extend it at this point.
No, I'm fine now.
You're in your mid-30s.
Yeah.
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 So, we got
30 and thriving.
30, flirty, and thriving. Yeah. So we got to talk about our little zombie walk we did.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pull up a couple of photos that I took while we were doing this walk. It was actually a very, very nice day. Almost a little too warm, to be honest.
at oh wow, you're going to just hand everybody the picture
I
right
only
there,
have 3.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to do this one first.
Okay.
And
I was like,
go
well,
backwards.
you're just going to like start off with the best picture ever.
That's the best one?
I mean, that's my favorite.
That is?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I'll leave that one for last.
Yeah, like the ones with me posing like that are my favorites. Yeah.
So we were fortunate enough so we walked together, you and I.
Oh, speaking of that,
5 miles?
Yeah, 5 miles. It was over 10,000 steps.
Yeah.
So it was like about 5 miles. Ashley at work, not one of the Ashleys.
Okay.
She was like, "Oh, I saw you at Fright Night." And I said, "Oh, why didn't she say hi?" She's like, "Because you had a swarm of people around you, and I didn't want to like
you did
bug you." She's like, "But I had my daughter," and I was like, "Oh, hey, that's Alex." And they said her daughter's eyes popped out. It's like,
wow.
What? You work with her or worked with her?
Yep.
And then she said she had to show her my Instagram and all the costumes I made and whatnot. Like
absolutely.
Her daughter's in middle school now.
So she probably would have been perfect to see this.
Oh yeah, but she's like, you had like a bunch of people around you. I didn't want to interrupt. I'm like, okay.
That is what we're used to at this point. So I'm not gonna lie. When people were coming up to us and like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Can I take a?" I'm like, "Yeah, take a photo with her." You know how often Alex and I see Pyramid Head now? Like we see this thing all the time.
Yeah.
This is now for everyone else's glory, like to see it.
It's just so weird that like because we've taken like my cosplay to so many different places now, and I've had a lot of attention that when I first put it on at con, I was not I was expecting attention, but I was
culture shock for
I
us
was
at
not
that point,
expecting celebrity status attention. Like I had a longer line and more people wanting to take photos with me than Elijah Wood, and that was not an understatement.
I could say that.
Yeah.
Well, at least for that day, anyway.
Yes, that's what I meant. Like the first day we took
But you know what?
Pyramid Head.
You know what's funny? We went the day before the con, and we went in our Borderlands stuff, and I was like, nobody.
I'm like, no one
no
knows.
one's gonna know.
No one knows. Like, I'm just walking around to like, because that's why we went for 2 days versus.
We went
just,
all
like,
3.
Did we go all 3?
Because you had the podcast interview the 3rd day.
Oh, that's true. We did. We didn't stay all day the next.
No,
the
we only
final
stayed
day.
for
But
that.
yeah, we did get that 3-day pass.
We were beat.
But yeah, that's why we kind of went to do all 3 days, because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to see. And what's funny is one of the last times we went, I couldn't really see anyway because I was my witch and I had the non-seeing like whiteout contacts. So this was like my first time to be able to like actually look around and see things. And
so
buy
you're like
things.
looking at all these booths. I'm just like strolling.
I'm like, I'm not
going
gonna be able to see this tomorrow because my head's gonna be in a helmet.
Nothing was different from the year prior for me. So I had seen everything basically, except they didn't have Tea Turtle there for some reason. I don't know why. That was upsetting. I wanted to see them.
I know, and that was the only thing I could actually recognize through my whiteout contacts.
Right.
Is I was like, I think I see the Tea Turtle sign, and then I was like trying to hold up T-shirts in front of my face, like 2 inches away. Like, what does this say?
Because we only went one day.
I know.
So.
But yeah, I was not expecting like that much of attention. Like, I was expecting attention, but not that much. And then this thing with all the cons. So by the time we actually did Fright Night, like, I'm just kind of used to it at this point, but at the same time, it's like, wow, I wasn't expecting that many people to take pictures with. My brother said there was easily over 100 people
in the area,
like coming up to me going, oh, I want a picture. Oh, can I have a picture? Oh, can I? But it's different because at con, at con, there's people dressed up all the time, and like that's 99% of the time they want their picture taken. Like they worked a lot on it. They're here to show it off, take a picture with them. Like, it's just that's just what you do.
They might not know that at this thing.
Yeah, so it was just weird because it's a different environment. So people were like, can I take a picture of her? Like, they were actually like very
respectable.
Very respectable.
Not when I was trying to do that 360 shot. I got people swarming in because you're doing your walk.
I did like a crazy like Pyramid Head 360, or not 360, but
well,
like,
you were doing the walk.
I was doing the walk on like an open street that was closed down,
which is what the photo that was showing on YouTube.
I was doing like a crazy walk for a video, and people just were like, "Oh shit, she's doing some kind of moves," and like grab more people in. And I'm like, I'm trying to do a video shoot here.
So this is just a beautiful photo.
I love it. That's you took such great shots.
So we were so fortunate. You see that shadow underneath? That is due to a glare off the building. So we were actually in a shadowy area. So the back looked shadowy, and you were lit up. That was like a key light for me. I was so happy I got this shot.
It was a really good shot.
I don't know what street this is, but they closed down an entire street. They kept it closed for the remainder of like the event or whatever until they were done at the museum or whatever, or at the museum.
I still think you should work some Photoshop with it and cut me out and put me in Silent Hill.
That's not that difficult. This one,
that was a funny photo.
Okay, we're skipping time because like skipping through the entire day. At this point, this is the end of the day. You describe it.
So I'm in the picture. You can see all of these I haven't posted this one yet, but you can see 99% of these pictures up on my social media, on Instagram, which is Cute Kitty Cosplay.
Yes.
On Instagram. So make sure you guys check that out. But this one, at the very end of the day, there was a costume contest, which I've got to be in. But it was at our local botanical garden and outside on like the terrace. And so you have to walk through the botanical garden, and Josh was like checking out the area where there's vendors and stuff. And I just decided I'm just going to take a seat because my fucking legs hurt. And every time I took a seat, the same thing happened like at con. I take a seat, take my helmet off, and, oh, I'm sorry, can I get your picture?
That
yeah,
happened
sure,
right
let me.
when we got to the done with the zombie walk.
I know, and I was so sweaty. I sat down for like 3 minutes. It's
Not
like,
even.
Not even. It was just like, I'm sorry, can my daughter get it? Yes, let me put it all back on real quick.
You're like, yep, nope,
yep.
Nope,
I was never going to say no. There was only one time I about said no, but then that was like my ankles were about to collapse, and I was like, just take the fucking picture and leave, please. I'm like, I'm so hungry, so dehydrated, so tired. My feet hurt. I don't want any more photos. Get it offline. But anyway, so I'm sitting on this bench waiting for Josh, and the actual path is like a brick walkway through the botanical garden, and it's probably like a 2-person path. Like 2 people holding hands can walk the path. That's how wide it is.
Yeah.
So I just kind of lay my sword, knife to the side, kind of angled, and I'm just sitting there patiently waiting for Josh to come back because I can't see shit because I've got everything on. And this is the photo he comes back and takes of
It's
just like
so funny.
It's a good picture, but it's also funny because it's like, to me, this is a meme of, you know, what Pyramid Head is doing, waiting for you to
start the game.
Or like to activate his spawn or something like in the game. Like, you ever wonder what he's just doing? Like, he's probably just sitting on a bench waiting.
All right, so let's show the great shot here.
Oh, I love this shot so
You've edited this one though,
much.
but this one was in color, and I grabbed this one because this has been
it's
adjusted.
the black and white is in the back, so it makes me pop out in color.
Yeah, so this is a really good shot.
Yes, I love this shot a lot. Like, this is a frameable shot for me.
We have not printed any of your
No,
cosplay
we haven't,
photos.
and we really need to. But this is the shot that I put up on social media like the next day, and it's grabbed a lot of attention.
I wonder if I should make a poster.
Poster?
A poster of you. Like a 18 by 24 poster. I
almost feel like that's weird though, having a poster of myself up. Like, you go to like, that's what you see in movies of these like actors that have like mansions, and they just have this big ass like photo, like, and this is
I'm just saying they have it available on the merch store.
This is like the best shot of me, and I display it, and this was like, it's worth like $1 million.
Well, it's a really good shot.
It really is. Yeah. I mean, I could like,
I could digitize your signature on it,
I could like
too.
sell it and stuff, but I'm like, it's people who just print it out. No, I love it though. It's my favorite.
We had a really good time. It was fun. Day.
It was a very, very long day. I felt it in my legs, felt it in my ankles, my toes, my knees, and then eventually my hips. That's for sure.
By the time we got in the shower at the end of the day, it was like, this is the most necessary thing ever. Like, I was
like so tired. Like
yes, and I was tired too, because we both walked. I was your handler, so I was like...
So, which, by the way, once again, I can't even say, like, the biggest thank you to him for being my handler, because I literally could not have done the day without him.
And I don't mind doing it. I have a lot of fun doing it. I just got to make sure that, you getting frustrated when I don't hand out business cards
Rule
at
34
times.
Pyramid Head.
You get frustrated. We ran out of business cards.
We did. Yeah.
We're out. So
we're out. We got to get more now.
Need to go buy more. But anyways, like, you were frustrated that the first few times I wasn't handing them out, they were not social media people. So it's like, there are people that I can tell I can hand this out.
I just didn't want.
You got tagged on a few already.
I did.
So,
yeah. People are finding out who I am.
Have you looked it up on Instagram? Like, anybody tagging Fright Night?
Yes, there was a couple already.
Yeah, that's awesome.
To you.
So. It was a really fun day. Just the problem was,
we had a couple professional photographers find me.
There was that one guy while we were doing that shot on the closed street. He was giving you all these pointers.
No, giving you all the pointers.
Me the pointers to tell you.
I guess, yeah. I didn't know who it was. I just heard like a more fancy click, 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 click camera is what I heard, and I was like, oh. Okay, and then Jake, my brother, would come and, okay, twist your sword more this way. Okay, now lift your head this way.
That?
Yes, he was telling me like where to put my head and twist my head, and
he left at one point in the day, so like we were.
Yeah, he was still there for that. Yeah. He was positioning me, because I'm like, I can't see how to position myself other than to like. I'm so happy Jake taught me how to like hold my sword up, or my knife. I keep calling it a sword. It's a knife.
He taught you how to handle your sword.
He did. He taught me how to handle my sword. My knife. My knife. Like, all this time, like, I've built the damn thing, and it was like too heavy for me to hold up. But I never thought to like. It was like it's opposite. I actually push down and pull up at the same time, and I never did that before. He's like, "What do you mean? It's easy." Boom, and I'm like, "Oh, I could do so many more fun poses with this now."
Different leverage. You know?
Yes, it was using different leverage instead, because I was always just trying to hold it like this.
Now imagine if you were like buff.
Can you imagine?
Pyramid Head.
Buff lady Pyramid Head.
Pyramid Head is a buff guy.
Well, yes, I know, like, but I'm his girlfriend, so, or wife, or
Lady Pyramid Head.
I'm Lady Pyramid Head.
Yeah.
I mean, I technically don't exist, but I do now. I made it exist.
So we did a few other Halloween stuff to stay in the Halloween spirit. Over the weekend, this weekend, we went to the haunted asylum.
Asylum, yeah.
Yes. We also did the Black Forest.
We did.
Which, yeah, that was fine.
That's like for, I would say, not even 5-year-olds. I'd probably say like 8 to 13.
Teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right before high school. And then it's stupid.
Well, compared to the asylum, it's like for like little kids.
There are some portions. So that we went to the haunted asylum on the other side of Fort Wayne here, and it's pretty well known in the area. Our first time like really experiencing it with your friend Amanda, and she brought her daughter, and I was really surprised that she brought her. But they had a good time. She was the screamy one. Your Amanda was.
Yeah, but she was also like laughing at everything.
She's having a good time.
Yeah.
Making people break character because
that's what she does. She's like the worst person to bring to a horror movie or something scary because she's gonna laugh at everything.
Yeah.
Like she's not scared of anything.
Right. So that was just our now we have our Halloween party coming up this weekend. So that's like our end of the Halloween. Why are you yawning?
It's a lot.
We have been so busy, but we haven't left Fort Wayne much.
No.
The one time we did, we experienced a pretty bad dog hit by a car. That
yeah, but I mean,
hopefully they lived. The dog was walking around.
It was, yeah.
That was a messed up.
We
moment.
helped it.
We did, and you pulled into vet tech mode immediately.
I did.
Like pretty crazy. We got to talk about some of the playing and watching stuff. We've been playing some a little thing called Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Just came out on what was it, 25th of October, which was mine and Alex's anniversary, our wedding anniversary. So happy anniversary, oh babe.
16th, sweet 16th.
Sweet 16. Yep. So happy anniversary.
Oh, happy anniversary.
We played Call of Duty all day.
We did all day.
So you did a
sun up to sundown, down, kinda.
You did a 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. stream.
I did.
Amazing. I can't believe you did that.
It's not really amazing. It's more like how.
Well, I mean, it's doable. It takes a lot of.
I know what it is.
Stop it. Drink some more Mountain Dew.
It makes me tired thinking about it because it was 12 hours of just my eyes like pinned to a screen. But the only question I've had that's been a repetitive question was like, oh, well, did you like the game? I'm like, well, I played it for 12 hours straight. So if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have been a 12-hour stream. I would have said, this is a piece of shit. I would have turned it off.
Yeah.
So yes, it is a very good game. I like it.
Yeah, we played some multiplayer, hardcore. We played some zombies. Tried both maps.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we had our friends with us to play the zombies because we were playing with randos and we were just getting mad.
Yeah, we definitely have to we'll have to do that maybe Friday
with some friends. Yeah. It's
it looks fun. They have round based zombies back, which I like. They added more to it.
You still have to open up the areas.
Like the gumballs and there's just more to it than just the basic upgrade your gun. And like I miss building the barriers. I love building the barriers.
Yeah.
So I kept going up and wanting to build the barriers to keep them out because that's how you got your money and stuff. Like I love the original zombies. Mm-hmm. So it's like that, but you don't do that. But you still pay and open up different areas and survive rounds, and it's actually very difficult.
Yeah.
Like the rounds used to be like almost like I don't want to say like round 15. I don't think we actually made it to 15. I think we actually only survived 14 rounds, up to 14, and 14 we died.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, true, it was just you and me, but we had 2 randos and they were like nowhere to be found. But it was ridiculous. Like it's hard.
If you don't get your upgrades quick, you're in trouble.
Yeah. So they did make it a challenge. It's not just go in there and have fun. Like
this is what the sweats are coming out with,
challenge.
Like the path on how to succeed in each area, as opposed to just playing it and enjoying it. Like I am seeing nothing but TikToks across the map about how people are complaining about Black Ops 6 being ruined because of streamers giving you the meta this, the meta that, whatever, like map placement, gun placement, all this stuff, whatever, attachments. People are mad about that. I'm like, we've had this for years. Why are we now expressing our anger?
I don't know.
When you and I have already been expressing the anger for this for probably
while.
a few years about
Yeah.
how Battle Royale, like Fortnite, was ruined by streamers. And we do know that. Because when we try to play Fortnite, it's just, there are times when you can tell.
And Quentin says, I played the Terminus map on solo, made it to round 36. I don't know how people run that into the hundreds. I was sweating like crazy. See, like, it's difficult. Like,
And-
we were playing on, like, a
and-
full,
well,
like, squad.
When you're with
and-
more people, I do believe they up the difficulty of the zombies, don't they?
I mean, I would think so, because you're...
They want to add more
'cause
zombies.
more zombies per person, so...
Either more zombies or harder to kill those zombies.
Or that, one of the
Yeah,
two.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like it. It's fun.
Not to
It's-
negate the single player.
We only
You're
played
still
it a
pretty good
little,
gamer there,
bit.
Quentin.
Yeah, we only played two or three matches of it.
Two,
And
yeah, one of
just-
each.
Okay, then we played 2 matches of it, and that was it. So, but yeah, I'd like to go back to doing zombies. I've always enjoyed
Yeah.
zombies.
I'm happy that hardcore is the way it is. It plays very well.
I like it.
I'm not having a lot of complaints about it. I'm enjoying myself.
I think that compared to Friday, I think last night's games were more sweaty, but I think it's just because it's the first weekend and people trying to level up and push
It'll
through,
fan out.
and yeah, it'll start to fan out after a while. But like last night, it was like I actually got like legit mad for certain things. Like there's I don't remember the names in the maps yet 100%, even though I played it for 12 fucking hours straight. But it was like it's a wooden house. It's really small, and so that map, it's too small of a map. Like
you're
it's
talking about the safe house one.
the safe house map. I don't know what it's
Yeah.
called.
Is it Dial? No.
I have no idea.
Crap. I don't.
But
remember the name
the
of it either.
spawn points are shit. Like even and it's proven even on my stream because
Well, there's a
somebody
number
that
of
got-
maps like that.
somebody got a final kill cam, and the final kill cam was literally shooting me, panning to the right because he knows I'm gonna spawn right in front of him. I spawn and then he shoots me. I'm like, then what's the fucking point? Like it just was pissing me off. I'm like, it's spawn killing, and and there's nowhere else to spawn me because it's too small of a map.
Mhm. There's a few maps like that. That
Like
one,
I like the map, but it was
that
just
one with the plane in the middle that I have an issue with.
the bunker one, or at least I call it a
That's the
bunker.
same
It's-
thing.
Yeah, I like that one though. Now that hold
hold
Quinn
on.
has taught me how
You know they're
to
all
do
built
it.
the same. There's like one big thing in the middle and then a map around it.
Well, true.
for those
yes.
3 maps
But
that we were
it
talking
depends
about.
on how people play it. People
Right.
play the maps differently.
But they're built the same as what I'm trying to
They
say.
are.
Yes.
Yes.
So either way, they need to bring. There is a Nuketown map that we did not play on the entire time.
12 hours, and I never got to play on a Nuketown map.
It's called. It's not the Nuketown one that is still coming. There's another one. It's. Frick, I had the name because we were talking about it today when I looked up the maps.
Yeah.
But
There's like you said, there's like a Nuketown, and then there's an after Nuketown.
yeah, the after one is the one that's in the game right now apparently.
Nope, never got to play it.
But
Um,
I don't know if I've seen anybody play on it either.
Brian says exfil is rough as a single guy.
Exfil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for zombies.
Yeah, we tried to do the exfil. What the crap was
Yeah,
that
we
about?
tried doing it. I don't know. We still have to figure it out. It's not like there's not instructions telling you what to do.
It said
You're
it
just
needs
trying
2
to figure it
players,
out.
and we were all there.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
either way,
We've also got Quentin is jumping on too and says spawn traps have been an issue with every COD release. Yes, I agree with that. I usually
they've had.
have
maps,
seen
so-
that adjusted fixed by season 1 release or season 1 mid-season patch. I firmly believe it will get better. I mean, I do too. That's why I think right now it's the opening weekend, so you have the people that are just trying to sweat it out. They're camping. They're trying to get their guns and their level up, and
So-
eventually it'll get better.
So we're only complaining about the small maps. We're not complaining about the big maps. Those are fine. We're only
Yeah,
complaining about
I
the
mean,
3 small maps that we shouldn't be playing on.
Mhm.
So
yeah. I mean, I like the maps. They're fun. There's really only
The
one.
names are forgettable
there's-
for what they are.
Okay, nope. There's one because it's one map that I don't like. Lowtown.
Lowtown.
I fucking hate Lowtown, and it's only because it's like
is garbage,
this
and we
big
know that.
map, and everybody goes to the goddamn house.
It's
The
a
little
house.
tiny cabin with the
I call it the red room.
or the red room or whatever.
It's just a wood, like a
Everybody
red,
goes
like a
to the
redwood
fucking
room.
cabin. Like it's
Yeah.
this huge ass map, and everybody goes to the same thing. It might as well just be Nuketown. No, never mind. I'm not comparing it to Nuketown because
No,
Nuketown's
stop
amazing.
that. Don't do that. But anyways, have we watched anything?
We've been pretty damn busy, so I mean, other than like watching the movie.
We watched a movie recently. Not the movie club, but another movie.
We did?
Yes.
What did we watch?
I'm trying to remember. I know we watched the original Beetlejuice.
Yeah, but we were
brought
talking about
up.
that. Quentin says even the big maps allow for a spawn trap. Yes, they do. One enemy can live in our backline and with limited spawn locations.
Yeah, but with
They
our
can feel
group
like
of friends,
yeah.
we normally call that out and get it fixed.
I think we're learning as a squad to over here we have to learn the names of things.
Locations.
Like
We'll
the
just nickname
locations, how we used to be
things.
like they're on Snatch. Like,
Yeah, well, Raid was easy to do because that one was an older map that was it had recognizable spots.
yeah.
Some
We're
of the
trying to
maps
we're
aren't.
still trying to figure out how to call places out and what to
Yeah.
name them. Like the cog place is pretty easy so far because like they're on the cog.
Yeah,
Even though it's a cog but not a cog.
it's
I don't know.
the
Snow map.
It's actually one of those things that you it's a turbine.
No, whatever. I call it a
wind
cog.
turbine. But the only thing I know that we have been watching is The Floor, which is a great show
We
to
missed
watch
an
if you're into
episode.
seeing people crack under pressure for some of the easy and crazy. Actually, we have a couple of things to watch on YouTube too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we got a lot of things to, catch
We're
up on.
behind.
So yeah.
Except Lowtown. Yes, except
Yeah.
Lowtown.
Lowtown is the lowest of the low.
I don't like it. Maybe it'll grow on me, but right now I don't like it.
We'll have other maps come
That's
in
the
here
only map I'm
eventually.
just like I really get like
We should be
eh.
fortunate with the stuff that we're given and the gameplay that
I
we're
am.
at least enjoying.
Mhm.
You know, at
I
least
am.
not everybody's hating themselves for the most part. Patrick was in the top 3 a couple times.
I like that.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
I like that we're all getting like kill cam
Mhm.
and yeah, it's back to being like it's fun. I like it.
It's fun.
Yeah, I like it. And apparently I have not played the campaign, but one of our friends has already played all the way through it. He gave it a good review. It's getting great reviews online.
Yeah. IGN gave the campaign a 9 and the multiplayer an 8. So, and I'm pretty in agreement with that. Like, I can't say the campaign is that number, but the multiplayer is at least a good.
Patrick
continuous
said
play.
finally got a couple third places.
I
Hey, Patrick, you were getting some like
And play the game.
hefty multi.
He also got to play the game.
kills
So
or top 3 whatever.
yeah. So but anyways, we had a lot of fun playing that. We're going to continue playing that throughout the week. For me, I've been doing Warzone. We got a dub on Saturday. That was pretty awesome. Did some resurgence quads. I wasn't alive for the dub, so that's very unfortunate. But thank you for the squad for the continuous amazing content. But we do need to talk about the NFL now real quick. We're going to go over some of the scores. I have those up. And then also fantasy. Man, I actually... I remember I was looking up the Voodoo 2024 flavor.
Okay.
What's up?
November 1st is when we get Nuketown.
Yeah. So we're going to start off with the most controversial thing, the Thursday night game, which was the Vikings versus the Rams. I mean, the Vikings, after their bye week, have not been playing well as far as their defense goes. People were touting the defense the first 5 games.
Hey, I will tell you, like, we got the ball first, and we ran that shit like we were going to run them over the entire game.
For the first, 2 possessions, each team it was 14-14, and then eventually the Rams got ahead, and then
Like, we got a touchdown in, 4 or 5 plays, or it was, something
Matthew
ridiculous.
Stafford just has a lot of seniority, and he had all the weapons that were healthy. We just didn't have the defense that we need to. I don't know.
I felt offensively, we're doing
pretty good.
amazing. But yeah, as soon as you threw our defense down, it was like
I don't know why.
Like Gank.
Yeah.
I feel like he was doing all the work. It was like he would come
Harrison Smith.
He would come from across the fucking map or the map. Oh my god, I'm still on Call of Duty. They would come from across the fucking field, and you have 5 or 6 Vikings just right here going ooh, and then you got Ging going fine, I'll tackle him, and he just comes out of nowhere. And then Pace Is that his name?
Ivan Pace Jr.
Yeah, he was doing good. Those are the only two like names that
Yeah.
I could see doing work.
I
But
agree.
like when you only have a couple people in your defense actually doing the work, then you got all this free area.
Mhm.
I know. I'm starting to get more into football now, so
You're
I'm
able to talk
learning.
about it that way.
I'm
And you actually know
learning. I'm
defensive
still
players.
learning.
You know defensive
I
players.
do. I used to not know any defensive players, and now I just
Except
like
Jared Allen.
except for Allen. I like Allen though.
Yeah, he had his signature
Yeah.
roping move when he sacked the quarterback.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, the Vikings lost 30-20, and that the reason why it's 10 and not a 7 or an 8 score difference is because there was a controversial safety at the end with
Controversial.
no face mask.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Face mask. Like like all right. So
I'm
obviously
not
the
happy about it
movie,
either.
the movie Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
I think you said like the kick heard around the world or whatever with
Yeah.
Finkel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's like the face mask around the world.
There's a lot of
Like
controversial
Twitter,
stuff that happened.
like the internet went fucking nuts. That is like the
Mhm.
most obvious in front of the ref face mask.
2 refs.
Yeah, 2 refs.
They're on both sides of the goalpost.
Yes, just watching.
They
And
saw
they're
it.
like, nope, didn't see it.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
So that guy, that elderly guy with the kind of smirk on his face, that ref, that's not photoshopped. He was that far away.
Friggin' BS.
So I don't know what the call was on that, and I'm not excited.
That was horrible.
I'm hoping that the Vikings just steamroll
Even
the
though,
Colts.
like the Rams players were like, dude, you should have had
So we
that.
face the Colts on Sunday night.
I'm not saying anything.
We need to steamroll them.
I'm not saying anything.
We need to.
Yeah, we need to, but I'm not
Because
saying
even the
anything.
Colts quarterback is walking off the field on 3rd down. Did you see that?
No.
He tapped his helmet to go out on after third. Like, yeah, he wasn't even going to give another shot. Yeah,
Like Watson?
he slit Richardson. The quarterback came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did like a slide and he kind of got like a little tapped on it or something, and he like tapped his helmet like, "Hey, I'm injured. I'm going out."
Okay.
Yeah, what kind of motion does that set for the team? So that's kind of crazy. Back to our scores here.
He said he was tired.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what that means?
Yeah. Well, no.
He
Well,
wanted to- and
when you
wanted to
tap your
rest?
helmet, that means you need subbed. Like you're out. Like that's,
replace me.
That's a signal. Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever.
Okay, I didn't know that one yet. That's something new.
The Packers barely squeaked by the Jaguars 30-27, and that's exciting for me because that means that, the Vikings, if they, are back healthy and playing the Jaguars again, then we can do pretty good. Cardinals beat the Dolphins in a walk-off field goal 28-27. The Patriots beat the Jets 25-22. Aaron Rodgers is cooked.
Yeah.
They have a new coach. They have Devontae Adams. He has all the weapons. What is going on? Aaron Rodgers is just dunzo. I don't know.
Patrick had a comment on that with the tapping the helmet.
Yeah.
He said in an interview, he said he was just tired and needed to rest. He was not hurt, just tired.
Okay, well, the tapping means to sub me, basically. Like I'm not playing the next down.
Okay.
Ravens lost to the Browns 29-24.
That was so with my mom being like such a diehard fan, like she went out to the bar to watch it with her.
Look at these stats right
her
here.
Browns fans, and I called. Oh wow. I called her and I could like right after the game ended, you could hear everybody screaming in the background and singing songs and stuff. It was like as if they won the Super Bowl.
Jameson Winston throws 3 touchdowns as their backup quarterback, 334 yards, and Lamar Jackson only throws for 2 and 289 yards. I don't know how much.
Baltimore can take a loss. I mean, I did put
How crazy is that?
I did put a shit ton of points on Baltimore because who thinks the Browns are going to really freaking beat the Baltimore Ravens? But you know what? It happened.
It did.
It was an any given Sunday kind of game.
That was this. We're gonna get to the any given Sunday results that happened.
But
The
good job, the Browns.
Eagles swarmed the Bengals 37-17. My quarterback in fantasy, I'm so happy he did what he did. Jalen Hurts. Texans beat the Colts 23-20. So
close game.
If we beat the Colts, then we are for sure going to be raising up in the state. Okay, this one scares me. Lions 52, Titans 14. Crazy.
The
stuff.
Lions are bringing it. They are.
Yeah, crazy stuff. The Falcons squeaked by the Buccaneers 31-26. The Chargers beat the Saints 26-8. on a controversial call here that was, I don't know, there were 2 personal fouls called on that afterwards. That was the results. With that sack from Justin Herbert that happened where the Saints guy was dragging him down by the knee. And the
yeah, that
ankle.
was.
Yeah. So both linemen got personal foul calls. So.
Well, I mean, I can see why, but
Saints are garbage. Bills beat the Seahawks 31-10. The Chiefs beat the Raiders 27-20. You guys almost stayed in the game there, Raiders. That's not too bad. Broncos beat the Panthers 28-14. And in a last Hail Mary ditch effort,
oh my God, this is all over the news right
the
now.
Commanders beat the Bears 18-15. I cannot believe
You know
this.
what's in the news though, right?
Is the fact that the defender who bopped the ball up was
Taunting
the audience. So he missed the snap.
Attention.
He missed the snap. He didn't even know.
He had no idea,
Nope.
and he was taunting the audience or taunting the fans, and enough to turn around and go, "Oh shit, I'm supposed to be working." Bops the ball and gives them the game. Like
that was insane.
Wow.
And then in the final one on the scoreboards here, 49ers beat the Cowboys 30-24. So that's the game.
Oh yeah, Patrick.
So far. And then there's the Steelers and Giants tonight, which is going to be. I hope the Steelers are just going to steamroll the Giants.
I'm just going to forget Patrick said that in our chat.
What's that?
He said he's going to be rooting for the Lions to win the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know how that's going to go, really. If you're rooting against my
Lions
Vikings,
want that Super Bowl really bad. Yeah, they do, but you know who else does? The Vikings.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they don't want it that bad if they're going to lose to the freaking Rams.
True. Everybody can have an oopsie.
They can.
And I will say, no, the Lions was not an oopsie.
That was a very close game.
I shake hands with that game. I say, good job, Lions, because that was back and forth and that was a very good game.
Mm-hmm.
That was a GG. This game was bullshit.
Yeah, a lot of bad stuff. A lot of controversy.
Like, it was flag.
Which makes me wonder why we got moved to the Sunday night game this Sunday. We're in another prime time.
Flag.
We have to deal with Chris Collinsworth. Now here's a guy.
I can see why you don't like it.
All right, let's do the movie club. We got to talk about Longlegs here. This is your movie club movie choice. So let's get into this, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to review it a little bit, give a little bit of the facts. Some spoilers. We're not going to give away the ending, though, but there is some stuff that we will talk about.
When did the movie come out? This year?
This year.
Okay, maybe we don't spoil the ending then.
No, we're not going to spoil the ending at all, but
okay.
There's a lot of stuff that we're going to be talking about throughout this movie that's going to just be like stuff. This movie is hard to follow sometimes.
It is, but I will tell you that there's something about it that makes me, I don't know necessarily want to watch it again, but to know more, like I'm interested to hear what you found out about the movie.
Okay.
Because it was intriguing enough.
I can see why.
It keeps getting stuck in my head.
Me too.
Like there's certain scenes that are just keep replaying, and that's exactly like what it did.
Nicolas Cage's character.
Yeah, it's Nicolas Cage's
really
character. Like it just kind of like stuck.
The
and
hardware scene, the interrogation scene.
Yes, those. Like I'm just like, it's like I kind of want to watch it again, but I just want to know some facts about it.
Yep.
It was. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so here's the synopsis and all the stuff, all about the success of this film. So, Longlegs. FBI agent Lee Harker is a gifted new recruit assigned. Gifted is an understatement. She's got some kind of clairvoyance thing going on.
She's a psychic, but doesn't know it, but knows it.
Yeah, exactly. Is a gifted new recruit assigned to the unsolved case of an elusive serial killer. As the case takes complex turns, unearthing evidence of the occult, Harker discovers a personal connection to the merciless killer and must race against time to stop him before he claims the lives of another innocent family. Starring Micah Monroe, Nicolas Cage, Blair Underwood, and Alicia Witt. Critics give this an 85, fans a 61. Budget on this film was only $10 million. The box office, it made 108.9. So
nice.
Very successful.
Very successful.
This movie is basically Seven and Silence of the Lambs. Like that's
I
what,
got that vibe.
not as dark as Silence of the Lambs because there's a lot of bright scenes, but still, some of the music is out there, man. It's crazy. What's up?
Brian says, spoiler, Nicolas Cage becomes Superman at the end.
Dude, so Nicolas Cage had some prosthetics put on.
So I had
for
no
his
idea he was
role.
in this movie, by the way.
Me neither.
I had no idea.
When we did the synopsis, I don't know if I looked at who was in it.
You
Did
might
I?
have. If you mentioned it, I didn't. If you would have said something, I probably went, oh, he probably has a small part. Like, I didn't know he was, like, basically the main person.
know. He was so scary at the beginning. That was such a scary moment.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, I mean, I was gonna give this a low review, but I'm talking
The
about
more
it,
I think,
I'm more
if you would have asked
enjoyed
me,
it.
like, right after the movie, I probably would have given it a low review.
Yes,
But now that I've had some days for it to kind of cook, and I keep thinking about it and thinking about it, I'm like,
this movie kind of affected
actually,
me.
Yeah,
Like,
it affects you in a weird way.
Yeah. Like I did not know that it was him and he was the main antagonist. It kind of had a dull ending. Like some of the stuff was preventable very easily, but under the guy, like under whatever, like whatever. Okay, so this movie's all a lot about demonic and satanic possession. So it's essentially like just demon, but you don't see. You see like a depiction of Satan multiple times, which is always scary.
It is. They do a good job with that.
Yeah.
What are some stuff about the movie before we give like our review?
Let's get
like
some
our
facts.
percentage or score.
Many of Longlegs' encrypted messages contain misspellings and poor grammar after being decoded. This is an homage to the Zodiac Killer, who was also known for his coded messages containing typos, often which made it more difficult to decode the message. So yeah, I do get a lot of like serial killer-esque, like
oh yeah, definitely,
kind of like a
possessed serial killer.
Yeah. Who's got some demons. That when
Literally.
he's singing in the car.
God, yeah, that was
a moment.
That was kind of a little messed up. I still wasn't like exactly sure. Like
I don't know how to take
at the
that.
beginning. Like you're like, is he just crazy? Is there something wrong? And then you find out like later on, like, oh, it's actually because it's like the devil.
He's like in the cult.
Yeah.
During an interview, hold on, let me look this up here real quick so I can get this right. I have a name here, but I want to make sure that is the. What are they known for? I just put their name in here, and I did not put in what they did for the movie. Okay, the director. Okay, the director of Longlegs. Let me go back to it. Osgood Perkins recalled a story from production where he learned Nicolas Cage has a particular skill that he says no other actor possesses. The ability to recognize how high or low he is able to speak without messing up the audio. According to Perkins, the sound guy came over to me one day. He comes up to me a couple of days into Nick being on set. He said, Osgood, I've never seen anything like it. When Nicolas Cage is mic'd, I'm watching the dials. When Nick goes big, he goes right to the line. Anything more like a decibel or two over that, and it would be hard to use. And then he goes down, he goes soft, and his whispering, and he's barely talking. He goes right to the line. Anything past that line, you wouldn't be able to use it. He knows where the lines are. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
See, and that's what makes him so creepy, I think, in the movie, too.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you're talking about this. I was just like, it's how he talks, and
he elevates his...
Yeah, it's so creepy, but it's also,
he goes from nothing to a psychotic freak.
Yes.
In, like, 5...
Yeah,
like
and then like, comes back down. Like, it's... Yeah, so yeah, I understand that, yes.
Despite the praise and acclaim of his portrayal in Longlegs, Nicolas Cage has stated this will be the first and only portrayal of a serial killer for film. In an interview with IndieWire, Cage said, I know that the phone's going to be ringing off the hook to play serial killers after Longlegs.
Definitely.
And that's not really what I like to do. I don't like the violence. So he doesn't.
Well, he doesn't like it, but it's the people that don't like it that do the best. So like when, like for instance, like I think of like Robin Williams.
Yes.
I think of Robin Williams in 1 Hour Photo.
Nobody talks about 1 Hour Photo that much, but it's
I
still
watched it when I was a young teenager, and it is messed up.
Do you think it's good at all anymore?
So I'd only seen it once, but I watched it as I was probably like 13 or 14 when I watched, probably 14 when I watched it, and I was just like, oh, how bad can it be? It's Robin Williams. I thought as a child, basically, compared to what I am now, I was like, that movie was messed up, and I can't believe Robin Williams like was scary.
Yeah,
like it's weird how like you think like the funniest, happiest, go lucky like actors, like you get them in a scary role, and it's like, whoa.
Well, he did Pig, and that was his like John Wick like role. He's not really that great. It was more like a humble dude. But he
can do so many different roles.
He can. Yeah,
he's a very well-rounded actor, and I think he gets a lot of like.
He gets garbage for the B movies that he does.
Yeah, like he can have those movies though, but he can also have things like Con Air.
But that was way back when. What's his last big budget film?
Probably this one.
This was only 10 million. It's only 10 million.
I guess.
That's not big budget.
Oh, okay, big budget film.
Let me look it up.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
How much of a budget was it for the acting one where he plays Nicolas Cage?
Oh, that one.
Whatever the fuck, I can never remember how. It's a long name title with my actor.
I'm listening.
I am blanking. Pascal.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal. I don't remember like what the name of the movie is, but that movie is gold.
Okay. Yeah. Renfield, I guess, was pretty big. Like as far as
he did do
value.
good in Renfield, but is it? I would not count that as like a huge, big.
It had a higher production budget.
I know, but I would not count that as a big budget role.
I'm not going to count voice acting because that's not.
No, I would count like just like physical.
I'm looking like for real, like because you can say Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse or whatever because he plays noir, but that's again voice acting. That's different. What was the last like live action big budget film? For him?
I don't know how much the budget was, but the FNAF movie. But it's not.
No,
it's
that's
not
Willy's Wonderland. No,
it wasn't.
No.
But that was really good too. He did really good
the
with that
USS Indianapolis came out in 2016. That one might have been bigger budget.
Do you really see anything else on there that's like, oh yeah, you played in this, other than National Treasure?
Snowden, he was in that. That might have been a bigger budget. But I'm just saying, like, I
mean, I see you scrolling. There's like a crap ton of movies he's been in.
Yeah, in the last decade, I'm already down to like Left Behind, which oh god, that movie was awful. Okay, Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance came out in 2011. That is probably like the last one that had a lot, to really think about. I hate that I had to scroll through this because that feels kind of bad because
I don't
Nicolas
care.
Cage has quite the list.
I like Nicolas Cage. I know he's got some bad movies, but the movies that he's good in, he's really good in.
The director of this film thought of only 2 actors to play Longlegs, Nicolas Cage or Brad Pitt. I cannot see Brad Pitt.
No, not Brad
in this
Pitt.
at all.
Hell no.
No way. You know what?
Brad Pitt is good for like action movies and
Brad
like a
Pitt,
romance.
He did 7. But if Brad Pitt was in this, people would chalk this up as a sequel to 7 and he went mad.
Maybe.
I
do not think Brad Pitt would not have. No. In Nicolas Cage's spot, no, I can't see it.
Nicolas Cage filled this role well.
Very well. I can't see anybody else playing that as well as he did. I really don't.
So much so that test audiences praised Nicolas Cage's performance and mentioned that he was so off-putting that it could potentially scare viewers off.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it was the way that he acted, the way his character was, how the face prosthetics that they had and what he was wearing, everything from top to bottom just made me go, ooh, like I'm creeped the fuck out.
Okay, so here's some more to that. Micah Monroe, who played the main character, was kept completely in the dark over Nicolas Cage's transformation as his serial killer Longlegs, and had never seen him in character until they shot their interrogation scene, which was his last time on set.
Really?
Every other time that he saw her
was not with
never
her.
with adult her. So
yeah,
that
it was with a kid. Yeah.
So that was his last time on set. Her first time seeing him. During filming, Monroe wore a microphone on her shirt, which, along with her dialogue, was sensitive enough that it would have managed to capture her heartbeat. Monroe's initial resting rate was 76 BPM. When the scene ended, it had spiked to a rate of 170.
Woo! Scared her.
The sound of her panicked heartbeat was then used in the final promotion trailer to the movie's July 12th release. In an interview with IndieWire, Monroe recalled, "It was insane. It was absolutely insane. As you know, he completely transformed. There's no trace of Nick in there. His voice, his mannerisms, he was very much method on this. So it was in character, and it's a very disturbing character, to say the least."
Oh, I 100% agree with that. It's just, I think what makes
I can't praise this enough. For
yeah,
how
I
well
know.
he did.
It's just, it's so, I was not expecting it. Like, knowing nothing about it, like I said, watching it from start to finish, right after the movie, you're like, all right, what the hell did I watch?
Yeah.
Was it good? Was it not good? There was definitely some things, but like, if you just let it cook for a little bit in your brain, you're like, you can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of sits there, and you keep re-seeing these scenes that I keep saying is the very beginning where he talks about like, oh, I put my long legs on today or whatever, and he just like goes down, like, and then it cuts off. Like, that gets me. The interrogation scene gets me.
Yeah. And the hardware store.
Yeah, and the hardware store.
And his drive back.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, and then the drive. So it's just like, there's certain things like I can't get out of my head that I'm like, that was really good.
Yeah.
Like, that was really fucking creepy.
So there's a part in this movie where she doesn't call for backup when her partner goes down pretty quickly in the beginning of the movie. And it has no connection between that and another part or in the rest of the movie. But the fact that she does everything herself, I don't like that. And she it kind of foreshadowed a lot of the ending like stuff too. So I don't know, like, there's a lot of times when you think that she should be coming into this with more than just herself fixing things. Like, at the end, she could have had more than just her.
The end scene in the house, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't understand that. That can piss a lot of people off if they don't really like. What are you trying to get at? Like, was it possession?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
I guess.
It's got to be. Maybe we should watch it again.
Well, a shadowy horned goat-like creature representing Satan is present throughout the film a total of 10 times. I had them listed, but I'm not going to talk about it.
I could count like 2.
Yeah. Particularly when Agent Harker is investigating the satanic elements of the crimes. The creature's appearance were meant to be subliminal.
I forgot about the fucking dolls.
The dolls.
The porcelain dolls that are made with the little weird like metal thing in the head.
Yeah, we didn't even get to like a lot of the other stuff.
We really need to watch it again. I think we need to watch it again. There's so much more than just like the Nicolas Cage parts and the demonic. Like there's a lot more to it.
To kind of get a scope of things, this film is set in 1995, which you don't know really.
Okay, all right, I
you
can
kind
see
of
that.
get it. You kind of.
So maybe that's why she didn't call for help. I mean, she might have had like a walkie or something. But
where did we learn the year? I think we learned it. Does it state it? I don't.
She says multiple years when she's going through all of like the serial killing. She's like 1970.
Yeah, because they're talking about the 70s, and we're like,
but you have to, like,
we're in the
But you also have to
2024
imagine, like,
thinking,
because they talk
that?
about like her and her birthday, and how you have to kind of just guess, like, oh, well, she's not very old. She's got to be this, which makes it this year.
Okay.
Like, so yeah, it does kind of pan out to be that.
So the film being set in 1995, which is during
the picture of Clinton.
Oh, well, yes. Or, yeah, that kind of...
In The Office.
Yeah, that one kind of...
The picture
I was like,
of
does
President
that mean it's
Clinton.
in the 90s? Like,
yeah, that kind of, like, just puts you right there. All right, you're in the 90s because of the big-ass picture of Bill Clinton in the back.
Yeah. So since it's set in 1995, this was during the final years of the U.S. Satanic Panic era, which you and I probably don't know anything about.
My guess is that's just a bunch of serial killers that, like...
No.
Like,
no, when Satanism was huge in the United States or growing, expanding, and it was called the Satanic Panic.
Nope.
I don't know anything about
with
this.
all my little murder shows and whatnot, crime stuff that I watch, like...
Never
no,
that.
Yeah. I do remember, like, a lot of, like, serial killers, like, the stories of them saying that they were...
in cults.
They were,
stuff.
like... being talked to by the devil to tell them to do those things.
Right.
Like I remember that, and those were from like the 90s and 80s.
This was a moral panic involving widespread accusations of satanic ritual abuse on the basis of recovered memory theory. People were panicked that, 1, organized satanic cults were targeting children for abuse. 2, the abused children were made to target or repress their memories of the satanic abuse. And 3, the prompted aid of a therapist or investigating officer was able to recover the repressed memories of the victims. Lee Harker's experience allows the moral panic pattern in that she was forced to forget her memories of being targeted by a Satanist, Longlegs, as a child, and later recovered those repressed memories with assistance. So,
okay.
2 more facts here. Longlegs had a popular social media marketing campaign which went viral and included billboards with nothing but the phone number 458-666-4355, which led to a recorded message of the titular character Longlegs saying, "I'll be waiting." If the number was called before the release, or singing "Happy Birthday" if the number was called after. A series of short videos containing ciphers, a series of images on Instagram, a fake website for the in-movie murder cases with photos and case details, and an ARG augmented reality game requiring fans to use this website, The Birthday Murders, to solve puzzles and codes to obtain passwords to open downloadable files. So they did some crazy online marketing for this.
So
movie.
you're saying all this marketing.
They did stuff for Cloverfield this level, too.
I know, but here's the thing. Until Brian and Patrick, I think it was just Brian, talked about Longlegs, I never fucking heard of it.
I think I heard about it a little bit.
I never heard of it. I had no idea about it. I've never seen a trailer. I've never seen a trailer. The only thing that made me want to watch it was Brian talking about it and that he liked it. And I was like, you know what? That sounds interesting. Let's watch it. Yeah. That's literally the only reason why I chose this movie. I had no idea Nicolas Cage was in it. I didn't know anything about it. I was like, you know what? Brian talked this movie up. Let's see how good it is.
Yep.
So thank you, Brian.
With all this talk about it, I'm going to give this movie an 8.
I give it an 8. I was going to say an 8. We should have said it at the same time.
I was going to give
it an 8.
I was going to give it a 6.
I really like the...
Right after the movie watching, 6. But now
you have to kind of you have to process what you just watched.
Yep, exactly.
But I do think it's definitely it's rewatchable.
Very.
It's rewatchable for sure.
Only for the people who are interested in psychological thrillers.
And those are the type of movies I'm into. Like I
love 7.
I like psychological, paranormal. Like those are my type of movies. Like talking about like going to see Terrifier is like the only reason I'm interested in wanting to go see it is because like I see like the memes and the gifs and everything with Terrifier, and I'm like, oh, that looks like something I can enjoy. And literally, I have all of my friends into horror going, Alex, you will fucking regret it if you watch it, because they know my tolerance about horror movies.
Right, exactly.
So, but we did talk about, like, we can always shut it off. We talked about it last night. I said, what if we would try to watch Terrifier, like, the first movie?
Yeah.
I'm like, we could just see.
We can always turn it off.
Like, we watched VHS, and we were like, you know what? It's too much. We turned it off.
I think we can go back to VHS.
I don't think so. I'm not going to.
Do you want me to go back without you?
No.
Okay.
I don't think that that's a movie that anybody should watch. To be honest, it's one of those, like, I feel like you have to have a special, like, crazed mind to watch it. I don't know. That's I don't know. It was borderline looking at the, like, because it's like a found footage movie. It was like borderline. It felt like I was trying to tell my brain multiple times, this is not real. This is not real. This is not real. And it, like, in certain scenes.
Yeah.
And it looked so real. And it was like fucking with me. I'm like, I can't watch it anymore.
Found footage has gotten to a point where people don't like it, but I still like it.
When it pushes the button of, are we really watching
like
an acting thing, or did they slip this in and we're actually watching someone get killed?
Was it
as
above?
It's like one of those,
Alex,
like, fucking things.
Was
in
it
my
As
head.
Above, So Below, what we watched last year, or was it 2 years ago?
What about it?
That's a found footage one.
Yeah, the one where they go through the catacombs.
Yeah. The Devil You Know. That's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I love Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Blair Witch is fine. I know people have their issues with Blair Witch, but I like Blair Witch. I love found footage.
Paranormal.
Oh my gosh, the paranormal movies, yeah, they're fine.
Those are good, but they get
What was the
more
one?
Paranormal Activity movies. The further you go into the story, the more movie-like they get, the more Hollywood they get.
Quarantine was great.
Quarantine's really good too. Yeah.
That is one of my favorites.
Okay, but
Seen that
anyways,
one.
we gave it a thing.
Yep, give it an 8.
Again, our friends are telling us. Brian said, if VHS is bad for you, stay away from Terrifier.
It wasn't the gore from VHS. It was some of the just like the weird.
I don't know. I still feel like we should do like let's see how far Josh and I can get into a Terrifier movie before shutting it off.
You might have to live stream that or something.
I don't know.
Anyways,
it might fuck me up. I might just be like, guys, I'm sorry. I went against your advice and I shouldn't have, and now
my bad.
Now I'm in a mental institution.
So I don't think that'll. No. So we have a choice for the next show. I have 2.
A choice. Okay.
We have not had a choice in a minute.
Okay.
So either Saw X or Trap.
So as much as I love Saw, I'm done.
We got to see them, though.
I know, but again, it was one of those movies that like they needed to stop after like 7 or 8. Like before that, to be honest, they needed to stop, and they just kept going. And then we thought it was over, and then they kept going even more, and they did Spiral, and they kept going.
Yeah. They did Jigsaw, Spiral, and Saw X after. Yeah.
I really want to see Trapped.
Okay.
I really do.
Trapped.
I miss Josh Hartnett. I used to love like seeing his movies and stuff.
He was
and, like,
so scary in Black Mirror.
Yeah.
With him and Aaron Paul.
Yeah, they're
that was such
that was
great
a good episode. I want more Black Mirror is what I want.
Well, I think they're recording it now. Actually.
Awesome.
So Trap, a father and his teen daughter attend a pop concert only to realize they've entered the center of a dark and sinister event. Starring Josh Hartnett, Ariel Donahue, Salika Shyamalan. Oh, so either his daughter or I'm gonna guess his daughter is in this.
Huh, okay.
And Allison Pill. Written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. So I was not expecting that. I've been wanting to watch that one too myself.
So Brian has advice.
Go on.
He says, if you want to watch one of them, meaning Terrifier, if you don't think you can get through it, watch Terrifier. It's gory, but not over the top, except one scene. If you want to try to watch 3, then watch the second.
Yeah, they get gorier.
So, like, basically you're saying it gets worse with each movie is what you mean. Like, if I can make it through 1, then go ahead and do 2. If I can make it through 2, then go ahead and do 3 is what you're saying.
Yeah. All right.
We really should, though, just for, like, our friends that are super into it. And I can, like, text Amanda and be like, you're going to be so proud of me. I watched Terrifier. And she's going to be like, oh, my God.
It might be a big deal.
The fact that Amanda's 16-year-old kid can watch it. Yes, I know that she's a spawn of her mother and laughs at these types of things. She's like, yeah, I could sit through it. Yeah, I watched Terrifier 3. Like, you're just like, I think they're funny. And I'm like, what have you done to this child?
All right. So we got a fan question here. Have you ever experienced a paranormal encounter? And if so, what happened? That's our next topic here for the show. And you and I are going to take this one away.
You're going to have to start first because I have way too many to tell.
Actually,
and I'm not
don't
not
tell
going,
them all.
I'm not going to. I have to try to choose probably the best one.
I haven't had anything as a kid, to be honest. Nothing that was beyond my own imagination that I was making up or in my own head, because I'd watch like Unsolved Mysteries and there'd be something.
You see that? You're talking about paranormal and our lights flickering over here.
We're running our AC because
let me see. He's always got an explanation for shit.
We are.
If our paranormal ghost is in the room, flash a light. Oh my God, how freaky would that be if all of a sudden like everything went dark? Yeah. Now I'm scared. He just pulls the plug.
So I haven't had anything like like I would watch like Unsolved Mysteries or Beyond Belief or whatever, and those things would make my imagination go crazy. So after like figuring out, of course, nothing's happening to me, I don't think I had anything until you and I moved to Chicago.
Oh, okay.
And you and I started experiencing some crazy weird things. Like, for example, there is only one that can come to mind, and that is the floating candle.
I knew it. I knew you were going to talk about the candle.
So
we have a video somewhere.
Do we have video
of the aftermath?
Sound?
No, the aftermath. Because we were in the because there was twice when it happened. Once when we were in the bedroom, the other time we were in the living room.
But when we were in the living room, nothing broke. It was something fell over or fell off, or was it a shampoo bottle? Something
it was like so on the
something
back.
Fell forward.
Yes, it was on it fell forward, which it is so incredible. Unless we actually show people in person or have a picture of it somewhere to describe it.
Let me explain the floating candle.
You go ahead. So, it's almost impossible to describe how it can happen.
I don't know what it was. So if there was some kind of entity at this place, it did not like it.
It did not like it.
It did not like when Alex and I were getting intimate. Like,
oh no!
Like if we had any form of happiness,
it would shut it down real quick.
Or any form of those that don't want to hear this sexual involvement, intimacy. Bad things happened. And beyond to the point where we don't understand why. Mm-hmm. One thing happened where there was a 3-tier candle where it had 3 different wicks. Those things are thick and
heavy 3-wick candle.
We were getting a little busy, and all of a sudden there was this shatter.
Like as if someone picked up the damn candle from the bathroom and threw it down on the tile like they were pissed off.
Yeah, and we were on the basement floors, so we had concrete basically below us, so heavy floor, like heavy hard floors. So this thing pieces, and we didn't hear it. It did not hit something. It had to have hit the front of the toilet. So it was on the back of the toilet. It moved at least a good 2 to 3 feet and then shattered.
Mm-hmm. And it was the way that the pieces shattered that made it go, like, when you're thinking about physics and momentum, and it's not like something just like went.
We should have looked for an impact.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I didn't look for an impact.
There wasn't an impact. That's the thing. We did, like, there were pieces everywhere,
like as if it was crushed in
the
air.
But like, no,
because we heard it break.
Oh yeah, we definitely heard it break, but. It definitely tilted there. Okay, basically there is no fucking way we could figure out how this candle fell off the back of the toilet. The back of the toilet had a divot, so it sank.
It was flat.
It was flat, but it leaned up against the mirror / the wall.
Oh,
like
the mirror.
Unless Josh and I physically moved it with our hands, it was not going anywhere, or else I would never have put anything on the back of the toilet. And then I also had, it wasn't just the back of the toilet, we had the 3-wick candle, and we also had, it was like a little Christmassy basket thing, and I kept it full of like hand lotion and shampoo, and all of that was knocked down.
Yeah.
All of it, not just a damn candle.
I forgot about the basket.
Yeah, the basket was full of like shampoo
and
conditioner and...
No. Was that the second time?
The second time it happened, just that, because we didn't have the candle anymore. But the basket was pushed off. But it seriously looked as if somebody just went bitch and bitch slapped the...
okay, like, people can say cats. We did have 2 cats. Neither of them
both of the cats and the dog were in the same bedroom as we were when it happened.
And they don't do that. They don't do that. Like, Snickers and Alex never did that.
They don't. Nope. Layla, our dachshund, at the time, she...
was in the room with us.
She was in the room with us, got scared, started growling at the bathroom. We were like, we looked around to be like, oh my God, did one of the cats knock something down? And we both were like, it's one of those adrenaline, like we jumped to it. What the fuck was that? And all the animals are here. We're the only people in this like 700 tiny square foot bathroom, little tiny apartment in Chicago. What the hell was that? And the other thing was that the candle, the pieces, the way that they were shattered, they came out of the bathroom.
They were in the
fucking hallway.
That's right, they're in
into the dining room.
I forgot about that.
So it's not like someone just like, oh, it fell off the back of and the way that like the pieces were, it shouldn't have, even if it like fell and hit the tub, it still shouldn't have shot with that much force. All those pieces shot out of the bathroom. It seriously looked like somebody picked up the 3-wick candle, went fuck you, and spiked the ball.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it looked like. Yeah. And we had no idea. And then it happened again. Except it wasn't the candle. It was the basket was thrown down while we were doing stuff. So for 4 years we lived in that apartment, and in 4 years, and how many nights there are how many nights there are in 4 years, Josh and I slept in our bedroom. How many times total do you think we slept in our bedroom in 4 years? Because all of the shit happened in our bedroom.
2 months tops. Altogether, like maybe
altogether,
60 days.
I'd say less than 2 months.
Yeah, I'd say
the only time we felt comfortable sleeping in our bedroom was when we had guests over.
Yeah, and
other
that's
than that, we slept in the living room,
and that's at least a good amount of weekends.
And even in the living room, we did not feel like safe. Like, we just felt there was always something there. It was not good.
Just to have to deal with that and then afterwards we moved to Fort Wayne here, and then there's been some things here and there that have happened, but I mean, it's just lately, since I got my new glasses, I have been seeing things out of the corner of my eyes a lot more often.
Like what?
Just movement.
Where?
Like my peripherals.
Any specific spot in the house?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I can't really say. When I think about it, it's normally when I'm not paying attention. So that's when they get you. So I'm not really necessarily inclined to say whether or not there's something like around here that's still, out of the reflections and shadows, but you never know. You don't know what you don't know, and that's kind of like the phrase we say these days. So what do you got? No, don't like give a laundry list.
I'm gonna do one from Chicago and one from here.
Okay.
So Chicago, one of the worst things that happened that was early enough living there. This was, I think, before the candle stuff. It was okay. To be honest, I'm not really sure, but we tried. What if we moved the bedroom around? Like, what if we just moved the bedroom around? Because I always had severe nightmares in that bedroom. But for some odd reason,
no, not nightmares, night terrors.
Night terrors. Like I was screaming, and like there was just a lot of things happened in that bedroom, and it was
not in a good way.
Not in a good way. So
there were some good things, bow chicka bow wow.
But yes. That bedroom, or like, well, maybe if we just move the bedroom around. So I remember that we tried that because we had gone like a very long time sleeping on the couch, because we could not sleep in the bedroom.
If our friends know, like there are friends that know, if Alex and I will sleep on the couch together still, like downstairs, we will sleep downstairs together.
But this wasn't what we sleep together now on the couch, not out of fear. We sleep together on the couch just because you're like,
we have 3 animals.
And we're cuddled and it's comfy and we fall asleep.
Yeah.
But fun. In Chicago, we slept on the couch out of fear and being uncomfortable. And if you put me in that room, I could not sleep. And if I did, the sleep was bad.
Minimal.
So the story that I have that freaks me out the most, because it's the only time that I feel like I was on the verge of like a possession almost, like because of how real it was, and to have somebody actually physically see what was going on and actually tell me it was real makes it even more scary. But we switched the bedroom around, and it was the first night we flipped the bed like a different way and positioned it, and the only thing I remember is I guess I was dreaming, but I wasn't dreaming. And so I'm laying down in bed, the lights are on, and in my head, what I remember is I'm talking to Josh, and he's to my left, and also the foot of the bed leading to the outside, like to the bedroom door is at like the foot of my bed to my left. So Josh in the foot of my bed and the door is to my left. And what I remember is I'm leaning over, I'm talking to Josh, and all of a sudden I get this like just instant something's outside, like the door was open, the bedroom door. I get this like we're talking, and I get this freeze. Like, you know how you get scared, like, you know something's, like, watching you that's really bad. You get that, like, fear taken over and you're frozen in fear. Like, you can't move. And I just remember, like, I couldn't say anything. My mouth was closed. I was frozen, like, almost pinned to the bed. And it's, like, something outside of the bedroom, like, it was all dark outside the bedroom, but our lights were on. That was the other thing. Our lights are on in the bedroom at this time.
Yeah.
In real life, too. And I just, all of a sudden, like, I feel like there's something watching me. And I just, in my dream, it's like it paused. It stared at me. I couldn't see what it was. There's nothing there, but it's definitely something watching me. And all of a sudden, I just get this doom, 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 doom. And, like, something is holding me down, and I am, like, literally trying to scream and trying to, like, move, and I'm trying to yell Josh and, like what's happening to me. My body's shaking really hard. And the next thing I know, Josh is, like, waking me up kind of thing. And he goes, what the hell is going on? And I'm like, what? I was just talking to you, and I'm looking around. I'm terrified. He's like, you were, like, basically having a seizure. And I was like,
you were.
What? And he's like, yeah, like, and that's when I got even more scared because, like, holy shit, that was real. Like, my whole entire body was, like, moving, like this thing was holding me down, and I was trying to get out, like, get out of its grip. And I was like, that's it. We can't and, like, basically from that night on, unless we had people over, we did not sleep in that bedroom. Like, it was like a nope. That it made its point. I'm not sleeping in there anymore.
So you basically had a paranormal activity thing.
Yes. 4 years did not sleep in that bedroom.
So you mock me for that time that I went and saw that movie without you.
I do. I still talk about it.
You know, well, it's because I was taking into account of the stuff that you were seeing.
You never told me that. You always said you didn't believe in any of that.
Doesn't matter. It's still occurring to you. So
it does. It still does. But
I allow that to be a thing if that's
I
if
think
that's the
that
case.
there's.
I don't say necessarily I don't believe in it. It's the fact that I'm a little more seeing, believing kind of person. So if I see the things, it will get me to believe it, of course. But
that's why I want to take you to the mansion.
Oh, you don't have to go there. That's not the case. I'm talking.
But that's the only story I'll share. I have a laundry list of things that have happened to me paranormal wise from, like, single digit age to, you know, a year ago.
A little weird that you have. It's crazy. And then lately we've kind of been having some creaks here and there. It's right around the fall time.
It's always around October. October,
yeah.
Everything gets really creepy around this house. And I don't know if it's just because of Halloween. It's just, it happens.
And according to you, there's been only one other person that has lived here before your mom moved in.
Yes, they built the house.
Okay. Who's to say something creepy didn't happen while they lived here? They did something themselves.
Nobody knows.
Exactly. So, we're going to get into some of the fan answers here on our Discord. Appreciate those that have chimed in on this question. You guys are the real MVP. First one is from Arrow. He says, I remember back when I went to my aunt's house back in Georgia, and at night we would go to sleep. Like, no joke. We would go to sleep and you feel something touch your toes. I'm thinking to myself, there's somebody in the room with me. Ignore it for the time being because, you know, it's somebody's just playing games. But then when it happened again, I turn the lights on. I look around. I look under the bed. I look in the closet, out the window, everywhere you could think of. I was looking inside the bedroom. I see nothing. I don't feel anything. I go, well, it's just my imagination. No one's here. I turn off the lights and go back to sleep. It grabbed my toe again, and bam, at that moment, I knew I wasn't dreaming, and that's legit. And boy, did I ever run fast out that room, he says.
Who is this one?
Arrow.
Arrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know Brig has got kind of almost the same situation.
There are times when I will feel like a cat rub up against me and there's not a cat nearby.
I can tell you
but
that
we
too,
get those phantom, like, you can get phantom buzzes in your pocket because you don't have your phone in your pocket.
I mean,
it's
we
haven't
had we do have a spirit, a ghost,
we do have an animal that lives here.
Well, yes, but we also have
spirit.
an older lady that likes to.
She smells like perfume.
She smells like perfume.
We do get that perfume,
and she
smell.
likes to grab your.
She has grabbed my butthole. Yours too. You had it. You had it happen.
I did.
That's right. I remember you talking about that. You're like, it happened. It happened to me.
She touched my butthole. we have jokesters in this house.
The ghost touched our booty hole.
It did. It happened to both of us.
They get all squirrely.
That's like so. Josh doesn't really believe in any of this shit, but when it happens to him, Josh swears up and down like
okay. You know what?
my ass off. I was like, there's no way. He's like, she touched my butthole.
I thought it was you
Yes, he thought I came up behind him and like went boop like a surprise, and I don't do that.
you, maybe
I
once.
act like I'm going to,
Yeah.
but I never actually do that.
What was the other thing I was gonna mention? I get hoodie pulls, like tugs.
Yeah, you have said that. Yeah.
I get.
I
pulls
don't know.
on my
For some,
sweatshirt.
whatever was here before Patrick, before we burnt the board,
Yeah.
did not like you.
No.
It did not like you, and it was very protective over me.
I think it's attached to your brother at this point.
No.
No.
Nope.
Just nothing.
There's multiple different things, in my opinion. I know
Yeah.
people listening are probably like, "Oh, this is all baloney," but
Yeah,
until
whatever.
it happens to you and you're here and whatnot, Patrick can tell you something's here too.
Crystal probably has had some kind of maybe an experience of some kind. She had
And
a
she had a
sound.
little something here while she was here.
She had a sound, didn't she?
Oh, I
Didn't
don't
she?
know about it here.
Yeah.
But like
No.
when her and I were watching something, we were talking like, I mean, it could have just been like the wind, but that thing was fucking taped up. We were just watching something and like the decorations from Halloween
for the
just
part,
like
yeah.
it was almost looked like it got pulled down right in front of us, and we both looked at each other and we were
Oh,
like,
that's right. I
and
remember
we both didn't want to
that.
put it back up. We're like, I'm not going up there.
That was the door. It was the door. It was like somebody pulled the thing off the door.
Oh yeah, there was also that. But yeah, there was that. But no, I'm talking. There was like a Halloween decoration, like up, like a banister,
Yeah.
like up around. Yeah, like a banner, not a
Yeah.
banister, a banner. And we were watching TV, and we were watching something paranormal, and all of a sudden, like it just sounded like like somebody pulled it, and it like came down halfway. We're like, I'm not putting that back up. I'm just gonna leave it there. But it could have been anything. It
You
was
guys are
fine.
whims. We got one from Sassy. They weren't big experiences, but shortly after my godfather passed away, I saw a shadow on the back on our house in his form while I was mowing the lawn. The other one, I saw my grandpa after he passed. This was 6 months after my godfather and thought I was nuts. But then I walked to where I thought I saw him. I saw footprints in the shape of his house shoes in the exact spot in my bedroom carpet. That's a little crazy.
That's crazy.
That's big experiences. That
Yeah.
is big.
That's
You're getting
big one.
imprints on the carpet.
Yeah.
And shadows. I mean, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. Got one from Crystal. She said, one time before Patrick and I were married, they all went on vacation. Patrick might have just been working. So they asked if I could come take care of their 2 wiener dogs. So I was sitting on the couch watching TV, and I saw a figure that was wearing a robe, looked like it was holding a mug, walking to the hallway towards the back bedroom. I'm getting chills hearing that. And when I told Patrick's family about it, I said it looked like my mother-in-law, and they showed me a picture of Patrick's grandma, and my mother-in-law looks just like her. And I said, oh my God, that's who I saw.
Ooh,
She
I didn't
passed
hear this
away.
story.
She passed away before Patrick and I were together, so I never met her, but I certainly saw her, and it makes sense because that house I was in was her house, and her bedroom used to be the bedroom at the end of the hallway where the figure was walking.
Ooh, that gave me some chills.
chills?
You
Got
got
some
some
chills?
chills. Good one.
That reminds me of the cat that you saw.
Oh, the cat?
The haunted cat.
The haunted cat?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, one of our friends lives in a super, very old, very haunted house.
Very haunted.
There's some, and it's a mix of it. I've always had bad vibes being in there. And I walked through the back door one of the very few times I'd ever been there. And you walk in the back door and you look to the right. You can go 3 different ways. You can go to the right, and there's just like, to your right is just the washer
That's
and dryer.
the laundry room, yep.
And down or you can go straight, and that goes right into the basement, or you could take a left and it goes right into the kitchen and in the main house. And I walk in, and I was the only one walking in from the backyard, but I was walking in through the back door, and I looked over, all the lights are off, but I see in the dark, I was like, oh, there's a black cat just sitting there like on top of like the washer and dryer. And I was like, oh, hey, kitty. Like, even like I didn't pet it or anything. I just like looked at it, and I was like, oh, hey, kitty. But I knew like our friend had dogs. I didn't realize he had cats. And so I walked in, and his mom and him are sitting there, and I was like, oh, Joe, I didn't realize you had a cat. And his mom and him looked at each other and laughed. And I was like, what? And they're like, oh, what color was it? And I was like, it was black. And they're like, you saw the ghost cat. And I'm like, excuse me? And they're like, we don't have a cat. It's like,
that's before they got the one
and
cat.
that's before they
Yeah.
got like their cat that they have now. But
Yeah.
like that, they're like, no, for real, like go back in there and look for the cat. You're not gonna find it. Like
That's
it
crazy.
pops up every now and then. That's not it's not real. And I was like,
That's
what?
weird.
It scared the shit out of me. And yeah, sure enough, like yeah, they don't have a cat. So yeah, that's something. So is that it on Discord?
Yeah. Appreciate those responses, guys.
Yes, thank you. This was a good question.
Yes, it was.
We have got Fickle Fanboy podcast.
Shout out
Thank
to
you
those
guys. As a teen, I had a chair in my bedroom. One day question mark. One day I woke up very early in the morning. Dot, 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 dot. And of course, I had every intention of saying, screw this, turning over and going back to bed.
Okay.
As I began to turn over to face the other way, I noticed my grandfather sitting in said chair. Dot, 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 dot.
Oh,
I
my
said,
God.
"Hi, Grandpa." And a man of few words, he told me, "It's early, go back to bed." I did. Dot, 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 dot. Laid back down, closed my eyes. Dot, 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 dot. And immediately popped up when I remembered one small thing. My grandfather had been dead for 17 years.
Oh my
Everything
God.
was exactly as it was seconds before. Only problem is the chair is now empty.
Wow.
Ooh, you gave me, look at that. He gave me like goosebumps.
Wow, those are standing.
Yeah, you got standing goosebumps on that one.
Jeez.
Woo!
Last time I saw that is when you heard that freaking Heart Will Go On with the guitar. That was pretty good, though. With the guitar twang.
Okay.
That was a good tale.
Yes, good job.
You
Good
wonder
job. Oops.
paranormal stuff, you know?
I turned on vanish mode. That's not what I wanted to do.
How do you do that?
Swipe up and chat to switch modes. Oh, okay. I accidentally turned on vanish mode. Okay.
Right on.
No.
Well, that story gave me a little bit of chills, actually, thinking about...
I was trying to say
Same
no way, and I said Norway.
Same with Crystal's story. Like, that one got me, too. Like, hearing the person walking.
Right?
Like, when you have, like, humanistic entities like that show up very clear...
I mean, I have a story, but we're not telling it because I don't tell it publicly.
Are you talking about the keyhole?
No.
The
Talking
one-
about what happened in
The porch?
my grandfather.
Oh, yeah. That was
I don't talk about that publicly.
Nope.
Okay, we got Terrible Terror podcast.
Shout out to them.
So I only have two I can think of, and I think I told you guys the big bird story last time. The other happened at my old house. It was late at night, and as my sister and I were sleeping, we would hear the noise of a train in the distance. There is a BART station, B-A-R-T station close by, but close enough to hear it, and when we told our mom about the train noise, she would say, "Oh, it was just that." One night, the noise started again, and when I called for my mom, she came to tell us that it was just the BART train once again. But this time, a train and engine zoomed by the outside of the room. It was loud, like a train carrying the dead or something going by.
Oh.
My mom saw the lights and heard the noise with us, so I felt like it wasn't something I dreamt up. Ooh.
Wow. That's crazy.
Really, Brian?
That is crazy.
So I sent like the Fickle Fanboy podcast, I sent them a no way. He said, "Way ... I shit you not."
That was okay. So he said something about a big bird. Like he said he's told that story before.
I'd have to go back and read it.
I'm not certain about that.
Let's see here. We've got Jersey Comic Crew. Oh, okay. So nice and short. Jersey Comic Crew podcast.
Shout out to them.
They say, "Can't say I have," and I'm totally okay with that. I know I have a couple more here. Hold on.
I'm just not certain about the.
Here we go. Patrick.
Shout out to Patrick.
Solo
64.
Paranormal Passivity podcast.
Yep.
Patrick says, so many to tell. I'll tell this one though. This place I used to live in had a bunch of stuff happen. But this story is about twice. I had these horrific dreams about hell. Fires and brimstone, devils and the devil, pure evil, red all over. I'd wake up breathing hard, and when I woke up, there was a shadow figure at the end of my bed. It
That's
only happened
crazy.
twice, but I'd see that shadow figure. I'd see that shadow figure around my house, around the house.
See, I don't get dreams often. I don't get nightmares often either.
Lucky.
I've had some times where I wake up and breathing hard, but most of the time I don't. Like everything's just like I fall asleep, wake up the next day. Like it's just I don't remember my dreams for the most part. I wish I had that memory of going into REM sleep and controlling your dreams.
You have one to share from my brother. He said you would know how to say it.
I do. Brian did say something on our YouTube. He said the Big Bird story had to deal with a room in my grandmother's house where there's a Big Bird bouncy toy, and to make a long story short, I heard it bouncing in the distance.
Fuck no, that's just like the Big Bird story I have. The I see you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it scared the shit out of me.
Scared me too when I heard it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it just stopped bouncing when I went into the room. That's
Toys
the same.
freak me out.
That's the same house that Crystal's parents and her brother now live in.
It looks like we're gonna go over there and visit with some paranormal stuff when we go visit.
Jeez, that's crazy. So, amazing responses. The paranormal is not a sometimes it's crazy to experience. I have to tell Jake's story. That's right. So when we were working at a manufacturing facility together.
Man, this is caught on
CCTV.
video.
Yeah, it's not an actual security
camera.
Yeah. So there were multiple tier shelves where they would have beakers, and this facility they would mix together ingredients inside of measurements like beakers, like specific measurements levels, like milliliters. And they set a glass beaker on one of the top shelves, and you can see it clear as day, moving on its own, just moving on its own on a flat plane surface and just shattering. There was our boss said, "Oh, it could have been wet, and it could have glided across."
I watched that damn video. That was definitely paranormal video.
I
think my brother has it saved on his phone
I
somewhere.
recorded a recording of it, but it wasn't really clear or whatever. But I have.
Oh, you can tell though.
But it just
glides across, as if someone
just
grabs it and just is doing this.
Yeah, exactly. Just snagging it and dragging it across the counter. This metal shelf that's a good 2 feet in length from the wall, and you just see it go across and then just fall and shatter. And nobody's around it. The two people that are in the lab. This is a locked key lab, by the way. You cannot get in and out without specific key fobs. I couldn't even get in there. So there was only a good select people that were allowed in there. There was only two people in the freaking lab room where it happened. So they were doing something they were doing some kind of thing across the room.
Yeah, you could see them on the video.
Yeah, and they turned back
they're
after
obviously
it shatters,
they're obviously in there and
flabbergasted.
there's nobody else there. And you can tell that they were what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, exactly. So that didn't necessarily happen directly to me, so that's why I didn't talk about that. But yes, it did happen to. I think Jake was I think he might have been in there.
I don't know if he's in the room. I want to say it was Cody.
No, it was a guy named Jason, and if it was him, then Brendan might have been there too.
Okay, then maybe it was Brendan.
We could talk to him.
Yeah, we have to talk to him this weekend.
He might have been there.
Yeah.
But he was working it. He was there. Jake was there the whole day. So of course he saw the whole thing. And the whole thing.
I remember him telling me about it. Very woo.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Got any more?
Well, I have one, but I have no explanation, and I really have to dig into this now, and it kind of freaks me out.
Okay.
So every week I try to reach out to my grandparents to get their answers on these, because I like to try to have especially if it has something to do with childhood or whatnot. I like to have a wide
Something
range
from their generation.
from their generation, or
Yeah.
or just to have it.
We don't
recorded,
have
like,
that perspective very
Yeah.
often.
So, and my grandparents and Josh's grandparents are, 80s, 90s years old. So I'd like to have that type of like an answer. So I went ahead and reached out to both grandparents, my grandmas. And my one grandmother, my dad's mom, said she responded to the question and said, "Nope, I'm still waiting." And I said, "But that could be a good thing."
Yeah, I agree.
And then my mom's mom, which, you know what, in all my years, 35 years talking to grandma and I talk about a lot of things.
You
And
guys do
we
have your
talk and we talk and we talk
conversations,
and we talk. We've never, ever talked about anything paranormal or spirits or ghosts, or I don't think I've ever spoken to her about any of this before.
Okay.
Ever. My mom and I, yes. My grandmother, no.
Yes.
And I sent this question to her. And she said, "Only feeling your grandpa at night."
Interesting.
That's all she said. And then she said that at like 6 o'clock. And I said, "Like how?" And she has yet to respond. So now I'm like, oh my God.
Huh.
Because my mom has had interactions, or what she thinks are interactions, with my grandfather after he passed, her dad.
Yeah.
And I have had the same types of things that I don't talk about publicly.
You've had good and bad experiences.
Yes. So that makes me want to sit down with the two of them, and we all just kind of see what this is all about. With her being like, what the stuff that she believes in, like religiously and things like that, it's hard for me the fact that she even answered this.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's just like really surprising and almost kind of creepy when I read it. I was like, you're kidding me. So yeah, so she answered, just only than feeling your grandpa at night. My grandfather's been dead since I was 16.
Yes.
So a long time.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
She could just kind of feel like,
Well, that's what I mean. I said, like, how?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just makes me want to like actually call her and be like, "Grandma, we need to talk."
She might not actually be having an actual paranormal thing. She might just be more of a belief thing.
It could be. It could be. But, I'm very interested now to dig into that a little bit.
Right. So.
But yeah.
We need to do our plugs and get out of here and have our
spooky Halloween podcast can come to an end.
Yeah, we've had our fill of scary stories. I appreciate those people that have brought them to our to light.
Yes, thank you for letting us sleep great tonight, as well as our audience.
Seeing like full apparitions of a person that's just one thing, like just it's crazy. Makes you feel all chills,
Yeah, the Fickle Fanboy podcast one, and then crystals made my hair stand up a bit.
Oh, hold on. There's one other thing that got announced that might be, just a quick topic. We don't really have to say anything else to it, but just got announced though. Stephen King's Carrie is getting an 8-part series. Carrie,
like a Netflix?
Kind of, yeah. I think it's on Prime.
I could be okay with that.
Yeah, like an 8-part series.
Yeah, I could be okay with that.
For Carrie, like I think they can tell the story a little bit better if it's in longer format.
Yeah, than just like a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, because you're missing out on so much, I'm sure. But yeah, I think if that's time for us to go, do you want to go ahead and plug your Twitch?
Yes, if you want to see me pwn some noobs on the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 that was released, by the way, it is twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I stream it typically on Friday and Saturday and Sunday evenings. This weekend is going to be a Friday only stream.
Probably not Sunday.
Probably, definitely. Actually,
oh no, Vikings are playing Sunday
I'm
night,
not
so.
streaming Sunday.
Nope.
Saturday is our Halloween party, and Sunday the Vikings play. So,
yeah.
And I will most likely be throwing up and nursing a hangover anyway. So if you'd like to watch me stream this weekend, Friday, then yes, go on. I will be live pwning the noobs.
For me, it is twitch.tv/Mr. L. That's MISTERL. Spell it out there so you can actually come and follow me. I am streaming Thursday night and Saturday morning. I believe I'm doing okay. Yeah, I think Saturday morning's all right. I don't think there's anything going on that morning, so I can at least have my full stream schedule this week. Yeah. As far as our podcast goes, we'd appreciate it if you guys hit the like button on this video. And if you have not subscribed to the PTO Unlimited podcast, please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to be notified when we're live, which will be not in 2 weeks, Monday. We're going to be skipping a day probably. But it's probably going to be that Tuesday instead, right?
I think so.
In 2 weeks,
Yeah.
2 weeks Tuesday. So we're moving the podcast a day forward. And then also make sure you guys are following us on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter or X for you people that are, calling it the right thing. PTO Unlimited, follow us there. PTO Unlimited _podcast on the Insta. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @_Mr. L.
Cute _kitty. I still hear
still have
Brett.
to do
I
Brett?
still hear Brett
have to
like
put Brett's
and Brett
voice in there?
_wings. And I'm like it was so many years.
Yeah.
We get to see them this weekend.
Yes, we do. They're going to be
I'm
off
so
this
excited,
weekend.
and they are so excited to see us.
Yeah, yeah. We're talking to Brett on group chat today,
Yes.
yesterday actually about.
You can always tell when they're getting excited to see us because they interact.
It's because they socialize more.
They start to socialize more and
like
more
me
and
and my
more towards
family.
it. Yeah, more towards the time of seeing us. So I'm like, the fact that they're going to be there for Halloween and then their costumes and we're going to have lots of fun.
Yeah, Halloween is this weekend. So
Yeah.
on a final note, I'm gonna say this. It's really sad. A family friend of mine passed away last week, and the rest of my family has been they've been shattered by it because she
It's
was
very unexpected.
She was
my age.
very close family friend. So her name was Stacy, and I knew her from high school, and I grew up with her, and she was like basically my sister's sister. Like
She's
were
like kind of
sisters.
like
They
an
were
Amanda
siblings
to
in a
me.
sense, yeah. So I was not able to go to her funeral because being 1,000 miles away from my family, I wasn't able to take the trip. But yeah, it was quite a shock, a very big shock. So
Very unexpected loss.
I don't know, like, my condolences to the family, and it's really sad. So she was a part of the church that my dad preached at too. So it's like she was also in that religion family too for them. So, but yeah, that's how we're gonna end the podcast, guys. I appreciate y'all joining. You guys have a good rest of your night, and happy Halloween, y'all. You guys dress up, be safe, and yeah, drink a few boozes over the weekend, and have a good one.
Boozes.
Boozes.
Deuces.
Bye, guys.